So doing programs in Python language, we are using Thonny IDE. Thonny IDE is a basically integrated development environment which is used for doing programming in Python. It is easy to communicate with Python and hardware parts of the system. So you will see further video of how to set up Thonny IDE.
Hello, in this part of the video we are going to see how to set up Thonny IDE. Then first go to the Chrome and search Thonny IDE. Download. After done, click on the Thonny IDE and click on the topmost link which is provided by Thonny itself and open that link. After opening, according to operating system, just click your downloading options. In this case I have chosen Windows. After the file has been downloading, just wait for 2 seconds. After this, open the txt file. It will take some time. For after this, welcome scheme will pop up, then click on next. We have to accept all the agreements that has to be done after downloading or installing any software. Here click on next, browse the next. If necessary, you have to create desktop. I have created desktop. Install external all libraries that has to be downloaded for programming purpose. After it will take some time. It has been done, so click on the finish. Then simply just open your Thonny app from the desktop. After opening the app, you will see a untitled page. You have to do the coding. Then go to the run part, open config interpreter window, then select MicroPython ESP32, port com not to detect, install or update MicroPython ESP tool. Click on that link. After clicking, you will see a window like this. Then click a com which has to be work on. I have selected com 6. So go to MicroPython family and get ESP32 in our case. After clicking, you have to go for variant srif ESP32 or vroom and click on the install button. After the downloading all the libraries that has to be done, it will show a message. Then just connect your ESP32 with your device and select the COM which has been decided. After this, you will see a pop-up message that has been come in your shell. This message shows that your board and your device is connected to programming.
After setting the Thonny IDE, we move to the implementing of basic codes using MicroPython. In this, we are going to see blinking of LED, gradual blinking of LED, serial communication of inbuilt touch sensor. Moving forward to the first code, blinking of LED, we have to import first two initials, import and pin and import sleep underscore ms. Pin for mentioning the pin which has to be connected on the ESP32 and sleep underscore ms for adding delay. LED, here LED is the variable, so pin bracket 2 comma pin out. The pin out is for the output state. So going through the loop, variable dot on means here LED is going to be on, and here to sleep underscore ms, here 200 is the milliseconds. It will off for 200 milliseconds, and similarly LED dot off on, here LED will be closed, and this loop will continues goes on.
Hello, in this video we are going to see the basic code which we can do on the ESP32 board. So connect your ESP32 on your laptop and see and follow the process. Go on run config interpreter, select the COM which has been decided and click on OK. After generating the generation between ESP32 and your computer, this kind of message will be pop up. Going on the code, we have to import basically two main libraries. In this code, we are to import pin and sleep. Pin for mentioning the pin number and sleep for adding delay in the code. So in this code, pin number 2 is an LED which has been connected to ESP32. And going for the loop part, LED is on for about 200 milliseconds and similarly off of 200 milliseconds and again on and off. So I'm going to run the code and you can see the LED on off of about 200 milliseconds.
3. So moving forward to the second code, gradual blinking of LED. In this we will see different patterns of LED on and off using while loop and the for loop. So first of all we look at the while loop. So in while loop we have to set first of all initial point. So in this initial point is 0. So in while loop I less than 200. Basically in this loop when I is greater than 200 the loop will be terminated. It second I plus is equal to 5. In this I will be increased after every 5 intervals. Similarly LED is on and slide time slip will be I that has to be increased after every loop.
Here we see the demonstration of gradual blinking of LED using while and for loop. Here we'll go for the while loop. So in while loop we have to initialize the starting point. So here I initialize starting point I is equals to 0. In while loop after 200 when I is equal to greater than 200 then that loop will be terminated. Here I plus is equals to 5. Increment of 5 is been done. LED pin is on. After that sleep. The sleep is of about 0.2 seconds. Similarly,
So let's move to the for loop. So in this for loop, there is no setting of initial point. In this, I range bracket 0 comma 2000 comma 5. In this, 0 is the initial point, 2000 is the final point, and 5, which it means that it has to be increment by 5. So similarly, LED is on, time slip, it will be increased after 5 and off and similarly. And
so now we will see the blinking pattern using for loop. For loop, there is no setting of terminal initial point. In this syntax, we have to put a bracket. So in that bracket, we have to put in the initial point, terminal point, and the increment integer. So in this LED pin will be on and off until the 2 seconds will be reached. After in this every loop, it will increase by a 5 seconds, 5 milliseconds.
3. So moving forward for testing serial communication using inbuilt touch sensor. So just import two main initials ADC and pin. ADC is analog to digital converter and pin for connecting the pin to the ESP32. Here A is the variable for sensor. Here pin number is 13. So I connected inbuilt touch sensor pin to the pin number 13. Here ADC, it will convert analog to digital values using pin name. This attenuation ADC attenuation underscore 11 dB. This will set the range of the touch sensor values. So going to the loop, it will print the analog converter value in the shell part of the Thonny ID. So after 2 seconds, the values will be repeated.
Hello, in this part we are going to see how to set up ESP32 sensor, ESP32 and inbuilt touch sensor. Send the input ADC and pin. ADC for analog digital converter and pin for mentioning the pin. So input type A is equal to certain, that is the inbuilt touch sensor at which ESP32 is connected. So ADC is the function which will convert analog value into digital. So going to loop part, it will just print the which the sensor has been read the value. So after the time of 2 seconds. So you can see now I just mentioned that ADC.read, but it will reads only the sensor value that has to be read in the analog. So now just go to the run and you will see in the shell part the values has been appeared. These values are for sensor in of touch sensor before touching the 13 pin of the ESP32. Now you just touch the 13 pin of ESP32 and now you can see changes, but in this video there is no values has come because there should be touching issues while pressing the ESP32. So now exact press the 13 pin. Now you can see the values of touch sensor values. It may approximately go to 1500. Thank you.